Hello and welcome to another MineColonies Colonial Age Let's Play. And we've advanced quite a lot in our colony. So let's check out the things bit by bit. We set up a new bridge here to replace the dirt bridge. We reworked basically this area around here. This area was already here, but we added around here the wall as well. So we got now a good protecting wall around this area, so barbarians would only be able to easily scale. This doesn't sound right, doesn't look right. Let me replace this here quickly. Here and here, so to make it looking better. Done. And then the wall here, so barbarians are only able to go up at two of the points, which is the one point here where we have a small staircase, and the other one the other staircase. Although yeah, they might be able to come up here yet, but this makes it much easier to defend this whole area. Now, up here we got a bunch of new things as well. Let me show it to you. We upgraded most of the towers. The warehouse is at level 4. We upgraded a baker. We reworked this whole entire area, so we got this nice fountain here in the middle. We got the lumberjack one level higher to make it all a bit more even. And we started placing a few workers here. So we got this huge area here reformed to get the stonemason, some space for a path, and got here the stone smelter. The idea was to have them up here. As you can see, I removed the herder here, and he went on the other side of the mountain. Well, let's go there and check out what changed so far. You can see this path here got reworked as well. Got this area of builder. Let's check for Penelope. What is she up to? Sawmill level 2. She's going to have a bunch to do yet. And the barracks are upgraded to level 3 as far as I know. Yep, and it allows us to see the last barbarian spawns, which is going to be amazingly useful in the future to see where they're actually coming from. As you can see, the barbarian and the schematic is now working better. And check down here, that's where we moved the herder to. So it was quite a job to actually not wow, that was close. It was actually quite a job to move it over. So it was at the replacement UI, figured until it got here, and then got the builder deconstructed that and reconstructed here, and it seemed to work out well. It's level 3, so he really did the movement quite smoothly. We got a bunch of new features which are not yet in here. So we reworked a bunch of the back end of Structurize, which is the structure placement, and added several things. So initially we had a template system based on the Minecraft templates, which they use for end cities, etc., which was quite useful and got us some performance advantages, but they're relatively big and are not a very nice dependency to have in our code. So the coder of Dark Roleplay made a system to create blueprints, so he called it a blueprint system, and those blueprints are essentially smaller than the templates. So we first reworked it completely to remove to allow the blueprints, and now we removed all the template handling. But there's a comment called update schematics. So if you have .nbd schematics still. You can put them in a folder, which is in the root folder of your Minecraft /structurize /updater/input. And if you execute this command again here, update schematics, it's going to copy them over in /output as blueprints, and then our workers will be able to use them again. The idea is to reduce our dependability on Minecraft libraries, because this makes it in the future essentially easier to port things over and maybe adapt MineColonies to other voxel games as well. In terms of that, we are currently working on extracting some of the APIs, etc., to make it easier to port everything, MineColonies, Structurize, etc., to 1.13. So, on other news, children are now added to MineColonies, although not on this version I'm playing right now in. But I believe today's Friday, we're going to have an update today taking care of that. And it's going to add children. So the initial children mechanic is going to be relatively easy. So children are going to be needed to produce. So if you have a female and a male in a house, in any house, together they're going to produce a kit, which is either going to be applied in their house if there's space. For example, that's a level 2 hut, and we got 2 males. Mabel, I think, is a female name, so we got male and a female working, living here. So they can produce a kit, but it can't live with them. So it's going to be adopted in another hut. Here's no space either. But if there's space in a colony, they're going to produce a kit, which is then going to be adopted in an empty house. And it's going to get the name and with a possible chance stats of the parents as well, the adoptive parents in this case. Now, the longer term goal is to add recently soon a school building where the kids would then be able to level up their skills in the school. And where the leveling up in the school would be essentially twice the speed than the leveling up in the library. So it makes really a lot of sense to employ a teacher and to put the kids in school. So yeah, I had also to refactor this entire area here, terraform this area here, because of the, I can see the outstanding wall here. I needed to add change in the river current, so it had passed through here. This river didn't exist, so I made a hole and had it pass through, but it doesn't look too bad, I have to say. Although it doesn't look as natural yet up there. Do I have a shovel with me? I'll get a shovel really quick. Oops. Now the structurize rework I was already working on also is going to improve some of the things. So shape handling is now improved to consider the size of the shape for the the size of the shape for the outlining. So to render the outlining, it's going to show it now. Let me make this more natural, and might allow us relatively soon to let the builder build actually the shapes. So as you know, there is a shape tool in Minecraft, in MineColonies. This one here, although it's at the moment creative only, so you have to get it in the creative tab, and it renders certain shapes in the world. So principally 3-dimensional shapes. So for example, pyramid, that's pyramid, spheres, sinus waves, these kinds of things, which are a pain to build. And you can basically generate them in the world in the size and height, etc. as you want it, similar to World Edit as well. And the general idea is to allow eventually your builder to build them as well. So even if you don't have creative mode, and if you're not as talented or at least patient as the players who build huge circles, the shape tool is going to allow you to design this more easily and have your builder take care of it. As you can see as well here, we finished the outlining of the wall on this side of the colony completely. It's going to be much more difficult for barbarians to scale our walls. See, it's going completely around this mountain here. Here, oh, some barbarians try to have this place up here. Yeah, one place they have still are those stairs here, but I think we can remove them because it's been a long time that I saw any citizen scaling them up. Might already remove them right now. Oop. So with that, we're soon releasing a way to share schematic rendering, so you don't have to send a screenshot to other players anymore to show where you're thinking about placing a certain building. You just send them an invite to your session, which we're going to explain soon when the update rolls out, which is going to allow them to see how you're placing the building, which I think is quite interesting. Besides that, we are slightly reworking the town hall placement mechanic. So at the moment it's quite restrictive. Basically you get the supply ship, you get a town hall, and if you lose it you're condemned to ask an admin for a town hall. The idea is, it's already coded, to the moment you place a supply ship you gain the ability to actually craft a town hall as well, where the recipe would be let's say what's like the builder here. Whoop. But with 2 building tools, which would be the town hall recipe, and that would allow you to craft it. And besides that, we decided to improve the handling of deleting as well. So if you mine the town hall and you're trying to place it outside of your current colony, it asks you if you want to delete your current colony. So this should allow server owners to take care more easily of their servers and not having to delete manually the colonies anymore. So he wants that. Was only one, right? Wow, what here. And besides that, if you have it turned on infinitive colonies, people are asked to abandon their colony if they place it outside. So their old colony would be abandoned and they would be added as an officer to their old colony, which I think is especially interesting in single player. If you want to have infinite colonies, just place a new town hall and you abandon the old ones. You don't have to do any command logic. It's all done via the message interface here. We're working on quite a lot of things at the moment. The UI framework, thanks to Ryan, is getting pretty ready. So needs, I think, 2 more controls and a few things to make it easy to port it over to 1.13. Some other things we added as well is a bunch new schematics and updates with the blueprint update. We added a dwarven style, which is a style to build underground, And in that regard, we launched a new mod pack, which I'm going to link in the description below, which is Cave Colonies. Now, Cave Colonies is a stone block setting inside stone block setting with MineColonies. So these updates we developed recently, which is the miner, mining random ores, the crusher, the composter, being able to get dirt, all in regards to allowing in Cave Colonies to not require a lot automation and just make it mostly via MineColonies. In this regard, we might even add a siever to complete the list of things. Now this Cave Colonies pack is out already, and Patreon's got an early access which starts today until in 2 weeks, and then the server is going to be completely open for the public. I'm also getting in description, you can see in the description the link to Patreon, and you can also via the CourseForge page set up a regular payment via PayPal if you're not much a fan of Patreon and how they handle things. So we also had a bunch of fixes incoming. So construction tape is now going to fall down if you remove the block under it, to make it easier to remove it after building. We fixed that the farmer doesn't request seed by seed, he requests the whole stack. We fixed the town hall GUI a bit to include all the names of all the crafters. We fixed a few English issues, and we fixed that the blacksmith has a very limited amount of recipes. We also added that the shepherd is now able to auto-dye the thing, that you can turn off that he auto-dyes the sheep if you only want white sheeps. We did some fixes with the pause handler, so as you can see here, I could pause him, which had some issues, sometimes wasn't pausing, restarting enough. And one of the issues people have been complaining about a lot were the barracks and the town hall. So town hall doesn't house citizens anymore, which fixes the issues of assigning to it and these kinds of things. And the barracks are now only spawning citizens if you have people assigned to it. So you place the barracks, you assign someone it, and then a spot gets free and you can get a new citizen. So this avoids this issue of upgrading barracks, having a ton of unemployed citizens without housing, or employing the citizens to other jobs and they complain about not having housing, which is bad for the happiness system in general. Also, something people have been waiting on for a long time is multi-dimensional colonies are working now. So you can place your colony now in any dimension, which with the restriction has to be an overworld dimension. It actually works in the Nether as well, but since the Nether and End are never daytime, they're always set to night, you're not going to have a very nice time with them, since they're not going to work during the night. Although the guards will probably work. And yeah, this allows you to set up, for example, on your server a peaceful and a not peaceful dimension. We're actually using it on our schematic server, where we have several dimensions for building, which makes this much easier without intervening with the protection in other dimensions and these kinds of things. We also fixed the chunk claiming issue. So previously, when deleting a colony, a chunk would remain afterwards, which we fixed. And we also added a config option which allows you to clean up those chunks if they're essentially far away from the colony or the colony doesn't exist anymore. We should allow server owners to clean most of these issues quite easily. Check. for the builder here quickly. Yeah, as you've seen, we've updated a lot of things in the last weeks, and we're going to continue fixing things. And soon we're going to add a bunch more workers, features, and yeah, the future is bright. See you in the next video.